The Dallas Wings, you already knew who the number one pick was. You knew who it would be. Paige Bueckers, they got their girl. Obviously, that was the draft. After that, whatever happened, happened. They got their girl. But I got to tell you this Dallas Wings, they actually hit a jackpot in the first round. You knew they were going to get Paige. But when they got Aziaha James at number 12, they hit the jackpot in the first round. And I'm going to tell you why. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts over feelings here. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Show my. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment. I want to know what you think about what I got to say on this video. I appreciate y'all being here as we continue to grow this platform. Let's talk about this. No need to wait. We all knew that Paige would be the first pick of this draft, as she should be. Most efficient player in women's college basketball this past season. Do I think she's the game changer that people think she is? Not really. Do I think she's hella efficient? Do I think she'll be helpful to the Dallas Wings? Do I think she's going to come out here and average 20 a game? Not a chance. But I think she's going to be a very good asset for the Dallas Wings. She's solid as hell mid range. She has extended her range from deep a bit more. People that are talking about she could be the second 50-40-90 player besides LA Della Don, who just retired. We'll see. Shooting 40% from three as a rookie is not that easy, especially when you're going to be focused on a lot. 90% from the free throw line, possibility. 50% from the field. I mean, yeah, she was efficient in college. You would expect the shooting percentage to drop some, so we'll see about that. But I think she's going to be a great fit for the Dallas Wings. I did see it was a little bit odd when I saw her taking a picture with the Dallas Wings hat and her little brother with the Dallas Wings hat, but then she has a Golden State Valkyries hat flipped backwards over her Dallas Wings hat. A little bit weird. Beats me. I mean, they did draft her friend Caitlin Chen in the third round. There was some Paige treatment. Another player, Aubrey Griffin, got drafted late in the draft by the Minnesota Lynx. Again, kind of that Caitlin Clark deal with Kate Martin last year, but this was even another level higher. In the second round, they picked up who was it? Madison Scott. Yeah, Madison Scott with the 14th pick overall, shooting guard out of Ole Miss. Yet I thought this was a horrible pick, actually. She's 6'2", shooting guard, not really a shooting guard. She can't shoot. This whole concept of calling somebody a shooting guard when you can't shoot just because it's the height. He get buckets. And just because it's that the height, like, doesn't make you a shooting guard. I mean, she's more of a small forward, maybe even a power forward. She is not a shooting guard. She cannot shoot from the perimeter. So this pick didn't make a ton of sense to me. It is the way they went. There were other players that I thought would have been better options. I thought the Cheyenne Sellers opportunity there still available I thought that would have been a steal. If they had picked up Cheyenne Sellers over Madison Scott, I'd be sitting here saying, man, fuck, Dallas cleaned out, bro. But they didn't. They left that girl on the board. There got to be some issues with Sellers' knee or something like that, because I don't know what's going on that this girl got left on the board. I mean, the pick that Michaela Timpson that went to Indiana from Florida State. I mean, how the hell does Dallas not take her? That's another one that was just a little bit off to me. Uh, so those are two that I thought would have been very sensible picks there. And then looking even into round three, Serena Sundell drops way deep into this draft. I thought that would have been a big time pick because realistically, the Dallas Wings are a lot of shooting guards. I mean, when you look at their roster overall, Enrique is a scoring guard. Um, she's a scoring guard. You look at their whole roster. I mean, DJ Carrington is a shooting guard. Um, Tyasha Harris, again, more of a shooter in the perimeter. Uh, yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't go for a legitimate point. I think letting Enrique Ogunbowale play off the ball, I think they would have had. I could realistically see them running with 4 guards on this team. I could. I could see it. Will it happen? Probably not, but I could see it. I mean, I think they're gonna start Alyssa Smith more than likely. You got Tierra McCowan, who's 6'7", who's they're probably gonna run McCowan at center and Alyssa Smith as a power forward. And then you run 3 guards. You're gonna run Enrique Ogunbowale. You run with I think DJ Carrington could end up coming off the bench, realistically. But I thought with Serena Sundell, you could have had a legitimate point guard in place. And maybe she's not an immediate starter. I don't know, but a player who led the country in assists, like with those types with talented players around her who could put the ball in the hole with Paige, with Ogunbowale, and if you could have picked up, I mean, or Cheyenne Phillips was also a point guard. You have her there. You could have her running the point. This one was a little bit different. Dallas has gotten better. Dallas got better. I don't think Satu Sabali was all that. Like I voiced that before. Dallas has gotten better. So this was they did do well in the draft overall to me, but when I look at that pick specifically of Madison Scott, I don't understand it. They did also draft JJ Quinterly out of West Virginia. She is a 5'8" guard. She's a scoring guard as well, fast, quick. Not a great shooter from the perimeter. Averaged over 20 a game at West Virginia this past year. Um, she's a defensive pest, on-ball defender. And I guess they looked at Scott from a perspective of defense, but I can't see her playing a lot because she's just going to be a offensive issue as a shooting guard who can't shoot. It matters. And then finally, they also grabbed Aronette Vonleh out of Baylor, 6'3" center. They actually got her pretty much where she was rated. Um, Previously was at Colorado. We'll see if she makes the team. But I thought their first round turned out spectacular with the addition of Aziaha James. That really made their draft hit hard to me. People may disagree, and I think that she could very well end up being a starter as a rookie. She could end up being a starter as a rookie. I could genuinely see them bringing DJ Carrington off the bench. Or maybe Aziaha James is their player off the bench who's a scoring guard off the bench. Either way, they've gotten a lot better. Now, Paige Bueckers' health is going to be definitely in question, how she stays healthy because she's always injured. She's been injured a lot in college, and we'll see. Remember, they made a lot of points about physicality and shit like that. Let's see what happens, how she handles physicality. Can she handle double teams? Can she handle crash doubles? Will she experience crash doubles? We'll see. But overall, I thought Dallas hit a home run for the most part in this draft. I mean, with James being available, I think that was a big time pickup for them, and definitely one that will help them this year. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of how Dallas did? Like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell. This is Rudy's Rant. Her game, her way, women's basketball. Come on now.